Greg Shoemaker, TriState Football. I'm here at West Clermont with head coach Nate Mahon. And Nate, 5-6 last year, but you did go 5-4 in the ECC. That's something to build on. Talk about this 2023 team. Let's start on the defensive side of the ball. What do you got coming back here?
Yeah, we're super excited to continue the momentum. A lot of momentum built last year, obviously, with a lot of positivity, a lot of good wins. Yeah, had a good record in the ECC, and we think we can compete for the ECC this year. So on defense, super excited about Carter Lucas, one of the best players in the league. Connor Pruitt at linebacker, one of our best players in the league, and Bryson Early as well. So really super excited about the three levels of defenders we have there, one at D-line, one at linebacker, one at DB that we really like. So those guys have done everything right, and we're looking forward to having them produce all those good things that they've worked hard in the weight room, and hopefully it shows on the field.
And on the offensive side of the ball, you got a great running back in Mahon Sanders,
Yep.
And he'll be coming back. Talk a little bit about what you like on there.
Yep, my son's put a lot of hard work in. He had a knee injury, obviously, at the end of the year last year, but he's done everything right in the offseason. We think he's one of the best backs in the league for sure. So hoping he gets up to 100% here real soon. Bryson Early had 24 touchdowns as quarterback last year, so he's obviously very good. He's going to get some two-way duty. And then, on the outside, we like Hayden Jones, who got a lot of touches last year as a sophomore. He's back, super fast. We got a lot of our offensive linemen back leading the way, so feel good about what we have up front. We hope to push people around a little bit and bully them a little bit the right way on the football field, and hopefully that shows on Friday too.
You've been to the playoffs 3 straight years over here. Yet you haven't won a game there in the playoffs. What kind of motivation is that when you bring that to your team meetings?
Yeah, I think that the setup of the OSHA playoffs right now in Division I's a little quirky, right? So it doesn't really match kind of what the playoffs meant 5 years ago. So I think the biggest thing for us is to compete in the ECC, and if we compete to win the league and the ECC, if we get the 6 or 7 wins, then it puts our chances of hosting a playoff game and then obviously winning a game in the playoffs is a little bit more realistic than coming in there at the 12, 13, or 14 seed. So which it doesn't matter as much. So I think that's the most important, is to be competitive in the league and do everything that you can to put yourself in the top 3 in the league, and then that puts you in a great spot for the playoffs.
Your second post preseason here. Talk about how things have changed. What are you most proud of about where the program's headed?
Yeah, I think we went from a 2-9 non-competitive the year before. We've really changed our mindset with the weight room. Coach Farmer, Coach Lucas have done just a tremendous job in the weight room. We lift before school since January, and we've had a great turnout in the weight room since January. They've really taken into this idea that we're going to lift and do everything right in the weight room, and that'll show up on the field. So they've done a great job kind of selling the farm to the weight room and that weight room culture. They've done everything right for 3 days in the morning a week since January. So we're hoping that pays dividends on the field once we get going.
You talked about the ECC and how tough it is. When you look at this league, give me your thoughts on it from top to bottom, because man, it's as good now as it's ever been.
The ECC as a whole is getting there. Really in baseball you've seen it, and a lot of other sports you've seen it. There's a lot of great coaches in the ECC football-wise. A lot of guys have a ton of respect for. So I think Kings does a great job. Whitten Woods obviously does a great job. Anderson, right on down the line. So there's a lot of great coaches in the league. Coach Grippa's been around forever. He does a great job. So I hate to not mention everybody, but it's a competitive league with great coaching. You can't take a day off, and I think it's getting better and better. I look forward to having some more success in the playoffs with our league. But if you can compete in this league, you can do a great job in the region, and you can do a great job in the playoffs too. So we feel like if we can compete in the ECC and be in the top third, we got a heck of a shot.
There you go, Nate Mahon, the head coach of the West Clermont Wolves.
Thanks, Greg.